All right then, settle down. Today we move from the theoretical to the speculatively prophetic. We shall dissect this natal chart not for a retrospective but for a prospective analysis, a perilous yet fascinating exercise. Our subject, born under this particular celestial arrangement, will navigate the majority of their adult life in the 21st century, a period we can only dimly perceive from our vantage point in 1985. We shall focus on the key developmental phase from 2026 onwards, when our subject will be in their, let's say, midlife and beyond, a time for the harvest of seeds sown in youth. First, the foundation, a Taurus ascendant. This provides a veneer of stability, a need for tangible security, and a connection to the material world. It is the earthy, unshakable core of the personality. However, let's note, the Gemini is in the second house. The mind, not just the soil, is the source of value. This native will not simply hoard wealth, they will generate it through communication, ideas, and intellectual pursuits, a portfolio, not just a piggy bank. Now, the heart of the matter, a powerful stellium in Pisces in the 11th house, the Sun, Venus, and Uranus all conjunct. Goodness, this is the engine room of their social and humanitarian drive. The Sun in Pisces seeks dissolution of ego in a collective cause. Venus conjunct makes them beloved by their friends and groups. Their charm is almost osmotic. But the wild card is Uranus. This conjunction shatters the purely sentimental Piscean. It electrifies the compassion. This individual isn't just a dreamy idealist. They are a revolutionary one. They will be drawn to groups that seek to radically alter the social paradigm, perhaps through technology or through a sudden collective spiritual awakening. Expect their most significant friendships and alliances to be unconventional, sudden, and life-altering. This is sharply contrasted by the full moon in Libra in the 6th house, with its south node Ketu also residing there. The past life, if you will, is one of service, of codependency, of being defined by duty and routine. The north node Rahu is therefore in Aries in the 12th house. The karmic imperative is to break free from the prison of people-pleasing and daily obligation, and to forge an independent, spiritualized identity. The soul's journey is from servitude to self-discovery and solitude. This creates a profound tension. The 11th house Piscean wants to merge with the collective, but the 12th house Aries North Node demands a fierce, isolated sense of self. The 6th house Moon craves harmonious, efficient daily order, but is perpetually frustrated by the Uranian shocks from the 11th. Their health and work life will be a primary arena for this internal conflict. Now let's look at the instruments of action and challenge. Mars in Capricorn in the 9th house. This is a formidable placement. Mars is in its exaltation, ambitious, disciplined, and driven by a need to build a lasting philosophical or legal structure. This is the general who conquers realms of thought. They will fight for their beliefs, and they will do so with immense strategic patience. However, observe the aspects. Mars squared Jupiter in Libra, 6th house, and Mars opposition Saturn in Cancer, 3rd house. The square to Jupiter suggests a tendency towards overexpansion in their beliefs, a philosophical arrogance that clashes with the need for daily fairness and balance. Libra 6, the opposition to Saturn in Cancer is more intimate, more fraught. This is a battle between their ambitious drive, Mars, and a deep-seated, perhaps familial sense of responsibility and emotional restriction, Saturn in Cancer, 3rd. Communications with siblings or close kin may be a source of profound frustration, blocking their path. They will feel they are constantly fighting against the old guard, the emotional weight of their own past. Speaking of Saturn in the 3rd with Black Moon Lilith also in Cancer there, this points to a deep, perhaps silent wound around early communication, a feeling of being the black sheep or scapegoat of the immediate environment. There is a feral, unexpressed emotional truth here that frightens the native themselves. In the coming decades, as they confront their North Node, giving voice to this Lilithian energy will be crucial, however traumatic. Now, the public persona, the midheaven in Capricorn, is trying the Libra moon. This suggests a public image of competent, balanced service. They may be known for their work in diplomacy, arts, or health. But look closer. Neptune and Chiron are conjunct in Aquarius in the 10th house. The career path is infused with a desire to heal. Chiron, the collective. Aquarius, through visionary, perhaps illusory, or spiritual means. Neptune. This could manifest in pioneering work in humanitarian technology, or it could lead to a confused public reputation, a sense of martyrdom, or a career that dissolves traditional boundaries. They will be wounded, Chiron, by the ideals, Aquarius, of their profession. And finally, the generational transformations. Pluto and Sagittarius in the 8th house, this native's entire generation will undergo a brutal, purging transformation of belief systems. Sagittarius around shared resources, power, and death. 8th house. Our subject with Mercury and Pisces square this Pluto will internalize this crisis profoundly. Their very mind, their thinking will be torn between transcendent spiritual understanding and the need to deconstruct dogmatic, perhaps religious, or philosophical power structures. It will feel like a fight for this psychic survival. So to synthesize for the period 2026 to 2100, the collective revolutionary 2026 to 2050s, triggered by the transit of Uranus through the angles of their chart, they will likely experience a sudden Uranian rupture, fully embracing their 11th house stellium. They may leave a conventional career to lead or found a radical humanitarian group, perhaps one that leverages nascent digital networks. Imagine a global psychic internet. Imagine a global psychic internet for collective healing. The karmic crisis and the solitary path, 2050s to 2070s. As slower transits from Pluto and Neptune activate the nodal axes in the 12th house, the conflict between service, Ketu, and the self, Rahu, will reach its peak. A period of withdrawal, perhaps a spiritual retreat, or a health crisis will force them to integrate their isolated Aries self with their compassionate Piscean nature. This is where the true healing occurs. The legacy, 2070s to 2100. In their later years, with transiting Jupiter and Saturn activating their 10th house, the full paradox of their life will become their legacy. They will be remembered as the Capricorn mid-heaven figure who built something lasting, yet that something will be imbued with the Aquarian Neptunian dream, elusive, revolutionary, and ultimately pointing beyond itself. They will be the wounded healer, Chiron of a collective ideal, a visionary who fought the battles of their Mars and Capricorn not for personal glory, but for a Piscean dissolution into a future they could only, from our dim perspective in 1985, begin to imagine. It will not be an easy life. It will be a necessary one, a life spent bridging the chasm between the dream and the world.